don't worry so much about leaving things that are familiar behind. So whether that be your current duty station or family, stuff like that, don't be so concentrated on missing that stuff that you don't embrace Alaska and everything that it has to offer. Really take the time to see what it's worth and what it has, instead of being concerned about, what you don't have. It's unique in what it offers, but it has a lot of really amazing opportunities.
Any place that you're getting stationed, but especially here in Alaska, it is what you make it. If you go in with the attitude of this is an adventure, this is a place people pay to go for vacation, like make it an adventure, like go into it with a good attitude and be excited about the opportunity of it. So like if you look at it as like an adventure, then you're gonna have a great time in Alaska and you'll enjoy your time here.
So the thing I wish I knew ahead of time is not to worry or get bogged down about the excessive amount of daylight or lack thereof of daylight, I guess you might say. I'm from Colorado originally. We have over 300 days of sunshine where I grew up. So that's always a factor to me when I move different places. And I remember researching, looking, and oh no, this has 6 hours of daylight, and what am I gonna do? And it's actually one of the things that drew me to the Spouses Club on base, because I thought, all right, if I have nothing to do and I'm sitting in the darkness, let's go to the movies together.
So make friends, find that niche. Like, are you gonna spend your time outside? Are you gonna spend your time with this group of friends? Are you gonna take this class or volunteer for this organization? Or you have to keep busy.
I come from a place where we have snow, and thinking of Alaska, thinking of lots and lots of snow, I think that can be intimidating, especially driving. But it's really not that bad. We have, snow tires, sun tires, things like that. And it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I actually really like the winters. And then just getting out and doing something in the winter, I think, is essential. Because if you have these longer days, and then they're darker, but there's plenty of things you can do. Skiing, snowboarding, snow machining, ice skating, ice fishing, all these different things. So it's actually, I really love winter in Alaska, and I think you just kind of have to embrace that.
Two things that were kind of surprising, or that I wish I had known before I came to Alaska, were number one, I had no idea how much wildlife really was here, and not just in Alaska in general, but like right here in the neighborhoods and on post and wandering around. Now, it's not like you're gonna see things every day, but you'll see them a lot of days, and just having an awareness of how to interact with the moose and potentially a bear is really helpful. And now I don't really feel afraid of the animals. I just feel like I'm prepared, and I can enjoy looking at them from a distance, a safe distance, or from inside a vehicle, or I know what to do once they come around me if I'm like out hiking or something like that. I just feel prepared, and I know what to do.
I think a big thing for us is I'm a stay-at-home mom, so we have a lot of time in the winter to just really, even the worst days temperature-wise, just to get outside. It's a lot of work to bundle up 2 kids, but it's almost always worth it to just be outside for even like just to get the mail. I don't know, like to not try and not do things because the amount of work it is here is gonna be hard. Like, it's a challenge to live up here, but I think when you put the effort in, you get some like really cool experience.
The one thing I wish that I was more prepared for before coming to Alaska was to be able to handle the extremes that I have now come to know and love about Alaska a little bit more prior to moving here. I had read about the midnight sun, and I had read about the darkness, and I'm not sure that I took it as seriously as I should have. Specifically for us and our family, wintertime in the darkness was really hard that first year. We didn't take our winter gear seriously. We had lived in places like Nebraska and South Dakota where winters were long, but they didn't dip down to the -50, for instance, that we saw at Fort Wainwright. And they didn't last near as long. So I wish that I would have taken it a little more seriously and maybe budgeted some money to research some good gear for myself and for my children. And just buy it bit by bit, so that when I came to Alaska, I wouldn't have, one big bill with tons of winter gear.
We absolutely love it, and most people who come up here love it. Yes, the winters are hard. Yes, the summers are long because the sun never sets. But you enjoy it as your family. You would never be able to say you lived in Alaska if it wasn't for the Army moving you up here. So make the most of what you're doing up here. Don't just sit in your house and mope around all winter. Make friends, go to play dates. There's indoor play centers on post for the kids to go to. Take them to the playground. Make a little event on one of the Facebook pages or in your neighborhood community page and be like, hey, we're heading over to the indoor park. Anyone want to join us for an hour? Just get out and see everything that's here. Alaska is gorgeous, it's beautiful, it's the last frontier, as everyone says. So make sure you make the most of it. The SFRGs here are fantastic. Make sure you get involved, get your spouses involved in them as well. They are here to help. Alaska is farther away from our family than we want to be. Everyone feels the same way about that. But making your Army family up here is very important. Make sure you have that support system, you know your leaders, and you're doing different things each month together.